The film unfolds as Captain Sinclair soars through the Afghan airspace alongside her partner, only to find themselves targeted by a colossal missile. Despite their evasion attempts, both are forced to eject from their jets, landing amidst insurgents. Tragically, Sinclair's partner succumbs to enemy gunfire while trying to repel the attackers. Sinclair, showcasing exceptional marksmanship, retaliates, neutralizing most threats and escaping the perilous hot zone. In the vast Afghan desert, she endeavors to call for help, met with disheartening silence. Unaware of the insurgents' intimate knowledge of the terrain, Sinclair becomes their prey, gradually cornered near a mysterious Russian bunker. Armed with her AK-47, Sinclair valiantly defends her position against an adversary wielding a bazooka. Skillfully dodging the initial blast, she seizes a moment during the reload to escape through the bunker's blown-open door, the sole route to safety. Opting for refuge, she enters the bunker, unveiling an unexpectedly vast and intricate complex with sprawling tunnels. As she navigates the labyrinth, Sinclair encounters Russian writings, intensifying the eerie ambience of the surroundings. In her exploration, she chances upon a photographic recording device, swiftly claiming it as her own. Unbeknownst to her, insurgents infiltrate the bunker with intentions to eliminate her. Delving into the tunnels, they reach a room where the surreal sight of men seemingly suspended in a liquid-filled vat unfolds. Even the insurgents are taken aback by this bizarre spectacle. Seizing the element of surprise, Sinclair launches an ambush, sparking a frenzied firefight. Amidst the chaos, bullets inadvertently rupture one of the vats, releasing its contents. Unnoticed in the skirmish, something emerges from the damaged container, catching the attention of one insurgent who assumes the enigmatic entity is lifeless. Believing the menace to be deceased, Sinclair attempts to conceal it under a piece of plastic. However, to her horror, the creature is very much alive, proving to be a monstrous entity that swiftly dispatches the insurgents. As Sinclair escapes, one soldier grabs her foot, only to have his face gruesomely torn off by the creature. In the aftermath, a visibly terrified and injured Sinclair faces the imminent threat of the insurgent driver, wielding a gun. Fortunately, the driver is so unnerved by the creature that he flees, sparing Sinclair. Administering herself an adrenaline shot, she courageously traverses the Afghan desert once more. In a surprising turn of events, help finds Sinclair as a massive American-operated Hummer crashes into her path. It becomes apparent that Sinclair, originally British, was part of a joint operation with the Americans. After confirming that the Americans hadn't unintentionally injured her, they authenticate Sinclair's identity using her dog tags. Recognizing her as a captain on their side, they decide to include her in their journey to what they loosely term their base, a less-than-ideal gathering spot. Here, Sinclair meets Finch, who openly discloses their limited resources and significant regional responsibilities, complicating any evacuation efforts. Driven by the urgency of her bunker revelation, Sinclair divulges unsettling details to Finch, imploring him to investigate with his team. Despite her insistence, Finch hesitates to jeopardize his personnel, reflecting the precarious balance of trust and practical constraints that shape the unfolding dynamics within this unconventional alliance. Meanwhile, the deserter, the one who fled rather than confronting Sinclair, has been apprehended wandering in the desert and brought back to the base. With caution, Finch takes possession of the photographic recording device from Sinclair, promising to safeguard it until consulting with his superiors. The makeshift base becomes a stage for uncertainty, where Sinclair contends with the constraints of her unusual allies and the ongoing mystery. Angered by Finch's actions, she perceives the base as anything but ordinary, noting the peculiar behavior of the soldiers. Seeking clarity, Sinclair consults Hook, who reveals that most of the soldiers are rejects, cast aside by the military and assigned to this base. Among the eclectic ensemble are Lafayette, a discharged kleptomaniac with a penchant for shooting feet, and a soldier known for impregnating two of the general's daughters while wielding a dumbbell. Finch, blamed by superiors for the loss of 2 men due to his refusal to withdraw from an operation, adds another layer to this diverse group. Intrigued by the peculiar backgrounds of her newfound comrades, Sinclair seeks medical attention at the compact tent clinic. There, she shares the eerie bunker encounter, utilizing her photographic or eidetic memory to vividly recount the events. Due to her exceptional memory, Sinclair meticulously documents her observations from the bunker. In an unexpected turn, the captured driver, Kabir, proficient in both English and Russian, translates her notes. To their astonishment, the message warns against the opening, a sentiment affirmed by Kabir, who emphasizes that the entity inside the bunker is decidedly non-human. As night falls, soldiers patrol the base, haunted by the eerie tale. Despite their cautious vigilance and being equipped with night vision goggles, the elusive and swift monsters emerge from the vat within the base. Operating under the cloak of darkness, the creatures systematically eliminate the soldiers. Despite their advanced gear, the soldiers struggle to thwart the relentless onslaught of the monsters. The danger peaks when one of the creatures infiltrates the tent where Sinclair and Kabir take refuge. In the enveloping darkness, the monster closes in, unseen in the limited visibility. A moment of imminent peril unfolds, but Kabir intervenes just in time, severing the creature's tongue and narrowly avoiding disaster. The once safe base transforms into a battleground against an otherworldly menace, thrusting its inhabitants into a harrowing struggle for survival. The narrative intensifies as the characters grapple with the extraordinary challenges posed by these enigmatic and formidable adversaries. Outnumbered and desperate, the soldiers seek refuge in trenches as chaos ensues. Commanding Officer Hook, amidst the bedlam, directs Lafayette and the remaining troops to retreat to the armory, while others secure Finch. Discovering the armory's stark emptiness, Lafayette and comrades find an unexpected stash of toilet paper, a futile defense against the encroaching creatures. With meager ammunition and no escape route, the survivors huddle inside, fortifying themselves against the imminent threat. With the dawn's arrival, they cautiously emerge to a grim reality. The monsters have absconded with the fallen soldiers. Among the carnage lies one monster's lifeless form, the only remains they can examine. Retrieving the body, they take it into their tent, hoping to glean insights into the enigma that has befallen them. Hook delegates the daunting task to Wilkes, a doctor, instructing him to dissect the deceased monster and unveil its true nature. In a grisly sequence of events, Wilkes delves into the creature's anatomy, only to make a shocking revelation. The internal organs bear an uncanny resemblance to those of a human. Bewilderment sweeps through the group as they grapple with the inconceivable sight before them. Amidst the confusion, Finch, roused from unconsciousness, provides a startling explanation. Decades earlier, an extraterrestrial object had landed in the vicinity. The Russians, discovering it first, identified it as an alien spacecraft. At the time, the Soviets, in pursuit of advanced technology, successfully blended human DNA with the unearthly genetic material found on the spacecraft. The monstrous being they now confront is the result of this bizarre experimentation. As the narrative unfolds, Finch discloses that the Soviets used various pretexts to invade Afghanistan, driven by their desire to secure the alien technology for themselves. Contrary to the presumed demise of the monster, it becomes clear that the threat is far from over, unraveling a complex and unsettling history that intertwines human and extraterrestrial elements. The situation takes a dire turn when the presumed dead monster springs back to life, targeting everyone with Sinclair in its crosshairs. In a sacrificial act, Finch detonates a grenade, obliterating both himself and the relentless creature. The pressing question of why they don't simply escape is countered by the harsh reality that insurgents have encircled the area. Escaping would mean navigating through hostile territory with insufficient weaponry, a potentially fatal endeavor. Opting for an alternative strategy, the survivors devise a plan to return to the bunker, demolish it, and await reinforcements with the necessary equipment. Despite their dwindling ammunition, they possess C4 explosives and a handful of clips. However, the well-intentioned plan takes a disastrous turn when Hook is ensnared by one of the monsters, plunging into the tunnels. In a desperate attempt to rescue him, everyone, excluding Wilkes, ventures into the bunker, only to stumble upon a colossal extraterrestrial entity, the very source of the DNA fusion. The encounter proves fatal for several soldiers, unraveling a nightmarish sequence of events that further complicates their harrowing predicament. Fueled by rage, Lafayette succumbs to the alien, becoming its prey. Meanwhile, Wilkes, stationed outside to pull their elevator with his car, falls victim to an insurgent ambush. As HQ issues an urgent evacuation order, signaling an imminent and devastating attack on the sector, the stakes reach a critical point. Insurgents close in on Wilkes, capturing the horrific events on YouTube. In a heart-pounding escape, Kate ingeniously employs the bunker's elevator to rescue Wilkes and eliminate the remaining threats. The survivors race away in their car just in the nick of time, narrowly evading the impending U.S. military nuclear strike designed to eradicate the nightmarish menace. Amidst the settling dust, 3 resilient survivors emerge, led by Sinclair. Revealing the device containing evidence of the Soviets' chilling experiments, she shares her determination with Hook. Their plan unfolds. Leveraging the damning evidence, they intend to confront those responsible for the monstrous ordeal. The credits roll, leaving the audience on the edge of their seats, anticipating the fallout of this daring pursuit of truth and justice.